Hi guys, welcome to my video. So I wanted to talk about the question that people are asking, which is where is Meghan? And it's a legitimate question because after Spare, it is really odd that she's just disappeared. And it's odd that we haven't seen them together. It's odd because since they really started to appear in public, they've thrown themselves in our faces as the best couple of all time, the greatest love story of all time. We're salt and pepper, we move together. They're just like always together, and she's always with him in public and hand holding and gripping his arm. So it's odd that she's just disappeared. So I think it's a legitimate question for people to have. But what I've been seeing all across the media, and when I mean media, I mean social media and YouTube and stuff, I've seen various theories, and I'd like to just go through them. I mean, just in a nutshell, I've heard that maybe she's having surgery done. I've heard that maybe she's in Canada or she's in the UK. She's been seen with Gordon Getty. Maybe she's leaving Harry, or maybe they're separating, or maybe they're getting a divorce. So I just wanted to kind of go through these and just give my opinion, really. And again, this is just my opinion, so please do your own research. The first one, is she having surgery? I mean, God. I think this is rubbish. I mean, have you seen Meghan Markle? Okay, she's gorgeous. I'm not saying she might have, not have had some work done in the past, but I don't think she's missing because she's having surgery, unless she's had some medical reason, and I wish her well if she has. I don't think she's disappeared and gone underground because she's getting a facelift or Botox or an eye lift or a nose job. Or liposuction. I just don't think that is happening, okay? She is beautiful and gorgeous. I don't think she's going missing somewhere to have surgery. I mean, what would she need to have surgery for? And let's leave the jokes aside about personality and brain transplant. Let's put that aside. Physically, what on earth is she going to operate, okay? So I don't think surgery is the one. Unless, like I said, there was some sort of medical condition that she needed surgery for. And if that's the case, I wish her good health. Then, is she in Canada or is she in the UK? I don't think that she's in the UK. Because that would be an odd one. Particularly because we're still reeling from the aftermath of the Netflix documentary and Spare. So I don't think she's in the UK. I mean, their popularity is so bad. And a lot of individuals are really offended by them too, and what they say about the royal family, what they say about the British media, what they even say about the country and their time here, and the fact that they just buggered off to America as though it's some sort of better alternative. So people do feel really offended. So I don't think that they've come to the UK after the fallout of Spare and the Netflix documentary, which is so recent. But in saying that, they have security. They go everywhere by private jet. And they do have a home here in Frogmore Cottage in Windsor, and it is a home in a remote area. So it is possible for them to come here and be undetected. But they have been seen at Ellen DeGeneres' vow renewal and birthday party in Los Angeles, I think it's Montecito. So I don't think they're in the UK. Whether she's in Canada or not, possible. I mean, Canada's not too far from LA when you're travelling by private jet and you have access to a jet. So she could have gone to Ellen DeGeneres' party and then gone back. And frankly, they have really powerful friends who seem to be willing to house them for free in really ostentatious, luxurious properties. So she could really be anywhere, to be honest. They could just be looking down at us from the Hollywood Hills in a luxurious building with an infinity pool, looking down at us peasants. So frankly, they could be anywhere, right? They're well connected. What I do think, though, is that they're not in their home in Montecito, because obviously there was the mudslides. So I understand that people did have to evacuate. So I don't predict that they're there. They're probably somewhere else. And I do think they're together. But I just don't necessarily think that they're in their Montecito home. But at the same time, the kids have to attend school. So it is possible. Maybe, and I think this is actually more likely, is that maybe she's just having a low profile at the moment. maybe she's just working on her next projects, developing her own identity separate from Harry. Maybe she's got some good PR advice and she's following that, which is to lay low for the moment, let the fallout from the Netflix documentary and the fallout from Spare ride its wave, because eventually people will forget because people's memories are so short. And maybe that's the advice that she's following. And maybe she's using this time to work on her projects, to get funding possibly, and to concentrate on the next move. And I think that is actually more likely. So that brings me on to the next prediction, which is that she's been seen with Gordon Getty, this son of a billionaire oil tycoon. I think he's in his 80s or something. And there's people are saying, well, is she leaving Harry, for this billionaire? I think that's absolute rubbish. Okay, there's people say she's a social climber, and she does seem to know how to be in the right places, how to swoon the right people in the right way. And she seems to be good at that, and seems to be good at making friends with powerful people, or with friends who are powerful people, right? So I think she's good at that. So all I think she's doing is trying to make a really powerful connection here with Warren Getty, trying to get him on side, either for funding for a project, funding for Archwell, either for advice on the lawsuit that she is now a part of with Sam Markle, whether that means getting good lawyers on board, whether that means advice on trying to rectify her image. I think that Warren Getty is just one of the powerful friends that she has, and she's spending time with him to nurture that connection, because that's going to be beneficial. Because it seems to me for Meghan Markle that she doesn't have sufficient talent, and she doesn't have sufficient likability to have a project or have a career where she's the master. She seems to be the jack of all trades rather than the master of none, right? She seems to be an actress, a model, an activist, blah, 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 blah. So she seems to be the jack of all trades but the master of none. But yet she's in, the most powerful crowds with the echelons of society. How is she friends with the ex-Prime Minister of Canada's son's wife? Like, how is she friends with people in Soho House? How is she friends with Princess Eugenie? How was she friends with someone who connected her with Prince Harry? But that's the point. Is she the biggest achievements she seems to have in her life, to me, seem to be connected with who she knows rather than her talent. It doesn't seem to be someone powerful sitting there going, oh, you know what, that Meghan Markle, she's amazing. I think we need her in Suits. It seems to be through her connections that she then gets into a certain position. So whether it's her connections through her ex-husband, who's a director and allegedly got her into Suits, whether it's the connection that she had with her uncle and her father that got her this internship or a job in the Argentinian embassy, whether it's her director husband that got her a certain role in a movie, or whether it's a friend that got her an introduction with Harry. It seems to all be through the achievements or the status and power of someone else. So I am not surprised if Gordon Getty is someone that she's nurturing, that connection that she's nurturing. That's simply where I put that down to. I don't think that she's looking to leave Harry for another man. Although her seduction and her sexuality and her attractiveness seems to be her most powerful asset, although she likes to suggest that she doesn't like being objectified and doesn't like being judged on her looks and wants to be judged on her brain. And she seems to suggest that she is, that she was the dork, the nerd, the smart one at school, and she wasn't the pretty one, although she was prom queen. So I don't really know how that worked out. But everything I've seen of her seems to suggest that she knows that she's very attractive and very sexual, and that she knows that that is her power with men, and she seems to get by using that. That's my view and my opinion, and I take that from watching her, watching how she moves, and watching her interaction with people, and watching her modelling and her career, like from the Deal or No Deal box girl, from the cameo in 90210, from her scenes in Suits, from her movie Brief Encounters. I don't think it's called Brief Encounters, but excuse me, I can't remember what it's called. And from her advertisements for Men's Health magazine, I think it was, where she was flipping burgers and she was literally stripping off from a suit jacket, stripping off to these short shorts, and taking her shirt and tying it up and bending over and turning the burger over. I mean, God. So I think she's fully aware of her power here. And for me, her power seems to be her sexuality, her beauty, her seductiveness, her charm, and also her ability to make connections. And in some ways, those two are intertwined. So then, lastly, are they separating? Are they getting divorced? That seems to be what a lot of people think is happening. I heard about this some time ago because I heard that allegedly they were separating their assets. And so people were saying, oh, is this the beginning of their separation? I don't think that's the case. I don't think they're separating. I don't think they're getting divorced. I think the separation of assets, there could be many reasons why they're doing that. And one of those reasons could be that at that time, Samantha Markle, was talking about her lawsuit. I don't know whether she was issuing or whatever, whether there was any sort of pre-action letter, but there was a pending lawsuit, as it were, from Sam Markle. So I can imagine, if somebody's coming for you and going to sue you for money, that you'd want to start separating some assets and be like, oh, well, this is my wealth. It's far less than, my husband's or whatever. But I don't know much about that. But I suspect there's many reasons why they could be separating their assets. Again, as I said, I don't think they're getting separated. I don't think they're getting divorced. So where is Meghan Markle? I have no frigging idea. But I can guarantee that she is a lot more comfortable and she's a lot more happier than I am. And I would suspect that their next move, the next time we see them, it's going to be a big one. So get ready, guys. Bye. Okay, guys, well, take care, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and show support, and don't forget to put any comments in the comment section about any topics you wish for me to cover, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you. Bye.